you are new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! So today we're going to be doing makeup on my mom for her birthday photo shoot. She's been wanting to do this for a while. So let's go ahead and jump into it. She has this flawless razor thing that she uses for her face, so I decided to go ahead and use the same thing to get rid of the hair that's grown on top of her lips, below her lips, around her lips. I wanted to use it for her brows, but it didn't really work very well. So I was like, okay, I see what you've been doing, okay. So I went ahead and used my Sephora collection razors, or the razors I got from Sephora, to clean up her brows because she has a ton of brow hairs. Like, she has way more brow hairs than I do. And she didn't give me any, so I'm sad about that. But anyway, I went ahead and used my e.l.f. collab box that she bought. She hasn't used it, she hasn't even opened anything in it, so I decided to go ahead and use that on her face. So first we're going in with the e.l.f. not the putty primer, the grippy primer, I forgot what it's called, with the niacinamide in it, and I'm putting that on her face because it's very hydrating. Her skin was already very hydrated and very smooth and very soft, and I need to find out what she's using for her skin because it was flawless. Okay, and then I went in with the Huda Beauty deepest color corrector. I forgot that she's not as deep as me, and I put too much on her skin, and as I was blending it, that was when I realized that I had fucked up. Okay, but I went ahead and blended it in with the brush first, and I wanted to wipe it off, but I wanted to see what I could do. So I went in with the blending sponge to take some off and also to help it sit better on the skin. I'm going in with a one size setting powder. I think this is the second to lightest setting powder that she has, and I'm using that to set the color corrector so that it doesn't move all over the place before I go in with my other products. We had actually color matched her to this r.e.m Beauty concealer. I forgot what shade that is, but it is a very nice concealer. It sits exactly where you put it. It blends in very nicely, and it's a pot concealer, so you know that it's not gonna crease a whole lot like a liquid concealer. I just like it because it covers better. And yes, I wasn't happy with the hype over the shade range and what they actually came out with, but the concealer is really good. I use it. I was just disappointed in the hype over the shade range, which ended up being just a black shade. That's just me, unpopular opinion, because, you know, I'm going to tell it to you exactly how it is and not just, you know, sugarcoat it. And the concealers are nice, the shade range is trash. They should have done it better. Anyway, so I went ahead and blended it in with a brush because I can get closer to her under eyes, and then I blended it in with the sponge to make the coverage better. Next, we're going in with the Pat McGrath foundation. This is the deepest foundation but this is the Pat McGrath foundation. It matches her face, the deeper parts of her face, better than it matches me. I applied it with this e.l.f. brush. Most of the brushes I'm using today are from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Some I bought a while ago and I bought for her, and she's had it, so I told her to bring all her makeup stuff, and that's what I'm using on her. Because I'm so much darker than most of the people in my family, I have to give them the lighter products that I see or that I get that don't really work well for me. And I also forget that doing their makeup is not going to be the same as doing mine, so I have to be very careful. I'm going back in with that r.e.m Beauty concealer, or r.e.m Beauty concealer, and I'm going to use that to brighten up the parts of her face that need to be brighter. This brush I'm using, I feel like it's a BH Cosmetics brush if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna go in with the brush, blend everything in. Now of course I'm gonna go over it with the blending sponge because it makes everything better. Okay, the brush will make sure that you get the amount of products you want. The sponge will make sure that you blend it in as nicely as it could be. Okay, I give her the mirror every time I need to do something else so she can see and let me know whether she likes it or not. I went in with the Patrick Star one size setting powder, and I'm setting her under eyes because if I don't set it with as much powder as possible, it's gonna crease on you. I know a lot of people say that, you know, powder on mature skin and all that, but because of the lines, and I know because I have lines on my face and under my eyes, if you don't set the concealer very well, it's gonna move and crease, and that's what you're trying to avoid. So I had to make sure that I set the concealer really well so that it doesn't move, and that's what I'm doing. Next, I'm going to go in with the Juvia's Place brow pencil. This is the deepest shade that they have. No, this is the second deepest shade they have. First, we're going to go in with the e.l.f. brow freeze, and this is the one that was also in my box. I put some on her brows, and I went in with a spatula and the spoolie just to smooth it down and also to brush it up. I really love her brows. They're so gorgeous, and I wish I had brows like that, but you know, I wasn't blessed like that. Anyway, I went in with the spoolie side to make sure that I brush up her hairs, and then I'm going in with the Juvia's Place brow pencil just to fill in the sparse ends. And I didn't want to make her brows too heavy, just to fill in and make it like, give it like a natural kind of look. And I really loved what it looks like. It was very light, it was very airy, it was very fluffy looking, and I absolutely loved it. Next, I'm going to go in with the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Eye Primer to make sure that all the makeup I'm putting on her eyes won't move or crease, because yes, we have lines on our eyes. And then I went in with the r.e.m. concealer again with another e.l.f. brush, and I used this to clean up her brow. I also used the same concealer on her eyelids as her eyeshadow base, but I went in like sections. I did her brows first. She was falling asleep. I did her brows first, and then I went in with the concealer as her eyeshadow base. I'm using this Jaclyn X Morphe palette that I bought when she did her launch. That whole collection I feel like will look very well. It will look very good on anybody and everybody. If you don't have it, I don't think it's available, but I have it and I keep my eyeshadows, so we're using it. I used this silver shimmer shade from the Pixi palette because she said she wanted a silver eyeshadow look, so I went in with that silver, and I went back in with my transition shade just to, you know, zhuzh it up a bit. Of course, the whole time I had to have her open her eyes so I can see exactly where and how high to place the silver shade. I put some more powder on her under eyes to get rid of the silver pieces that fell on her face. Then I'm going in with the r.e.m. concealer again to go ahead and clean up the eyeshadow so it looks nice and neat. Going in with the one size powder, of course, to clean up the eyeshadow some more. So I'm going with a Maybelline Spectrum full spectrum setting powder, or press setting powder, or maybe it's foundation, I can't remember. I use that as a face setting powder, and then I went in with a brown liner on her under eye, and then I applied some of that silver shade on her lower lash line because she really doesn't like to have that bright inner corner, but I made her do it. And then we went in with a Pixi palette because it has a brown shade in there that was perfect as a contour bronzer for her. Then we went back in to try to define her cheekbone. This is the e.l.f. putty blush that comes in my kit. Also the brush, perfect for applying the blush. And of course you have to pat it in because it is a cream product. If you swipe at it, it's going to take the makeup off the face. So I patted it in, and this is what it's looking like. I forget sometimes that she's so much lighter than me that when I'm doing her makeup I have to be very light-handed, because if not, it does not look like it would on me. and contoured her nose. I'm going with the Lash and Roll mascara from e.l.f. that comes in my box as well. Well, that came in my box because the box is not available anymore. But I will definitely link all the products down below or tap that view products tag and you're definitely going to be able to see it. Yes, it's a really good mascara and she has gorgeous lashes. I am so jealous. Both her and my mother-in-law have really nice lashes and it just makes me super jealous. Anyway, after I applied the mascara, I really liked what it looked like on her. So we decided not to go in with falsies. I lined her lips with a reddish brown lip liner because I don't want to do anything that was going to look too dark on her skin. I went in with the lip gloss that came in the kit. That was the lip gloss Praline. I think it was Praline. And I set her face with the MAC Studio Fix Setting Spray. This is the finished look. She absolutely loved it. She took like a ton of pictures. I told her to do like she sees the makeup models doing, and I kept moving the camera. I am so sorry. I don't know what I was doing, but I kept moving the camera to try to get a good angle and also out of the sun. But this was one of her looks on our way to this photo shoot. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Love you lots. And yeah, let me know down below in the comments what you think. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.